was a correction officer in a mental institution for the criminally insane. And I picked up heroin on that job, and I couldn't put it down. And I just didn't wake up and, decide I was going to be a heroin addict one day. But it absolutely began to obsess me. I went to bed thinking about it, and I woke up trying to figure out how to do it all over again. And there's a lot of money involved, a lot of lying, and I began to go places that I absolutely, you couldn't have convinced me that I would have. My wife and I had separated because of all the things that come with drug addiction. You know what? I really wanted to stop drugs. I'm going to tell you the truth. I remember I would get down on my knees and I would hug her around her legs and I would promise her I would never, ever do this. And I meant it, but I just couldn't keep it. I had been through some secular programs and they would tell me, when you hit rock bottom, you'll want some help. But you know what? I don't think it was that. I like it in Luke 15 when it says, I came to myself and I started looking towards God in a different way. I said, Lord, I just need your help to get out of this. I just can't figure this out. And I started making some telephone calls, which led me to Amarillo, Texas. And somebody brought me to Faith City. They started showing me who this wonderful God really was, that he was relational. He wanted to be a father, and that my name was written in the palm of his hand. I'm convinced that that place is an arm of the living God.
When I was 6, I was actually taken away from my mom and dad. And I grew up in a children's home. And from the time I was 6 till I was 18. Here I am, 46, have 5 children, young children that depend on me. And I'm pretty much homeless, I just want to start fresh and make a new life and be successful. Successful at raising my children and successful in life in general. I want to stop this cycle of abuse. I love it. It's just, the atmosphere is peaceful. You can actually feel it, to me, when you walk in the building. Everybody there is actually wonderful. It's been a blessing to me. You can just feel God's presence.
I really didn't know my dad because he was always in and out, in and out. So my mom and my dad got a divorce. They separated. She fell in love with another man. He was a sexual abuser. And as he was sexual abusing me, I was wondering why. All these questions come up in my head. Why? Why this happened to me? Why? And it built up towards hatred. I couldn't trust nobody. I couldn't love because I don't know what love was. I thought parents were supposed to love their children. As all the open wounds deep inside of me was still there, I went to drugs. Didn't make it no better, just made it worse. Time to time, I tried to commit suicide, but it didn't work out. Selling drugs, and got caught, and ended up being incarcerated for a year. Ended up being on probation for 5 years. Completed that. I fell in love with my husband. I thought I fell in love. Found out he was abusive. He was applying my drug habits. And I was crying out for help. I needed help. I was praying to God to get me somewhere where I can get help and to see what was wrong with me. And I went to the Northwest Texas hospital. By the time I got there in the ambulance, I had 2% of blood in my body. You know, that's why I'm here today. As I went in there, and he said, I don't know, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be living. He said, somebody was praying for you. Somebody was praying for you. I went to my mom. I was talking to my mom. I said, Mom, I need help. She said, I'm going to get you somewhere where you can get some help. You know, she prayed night and day to find the best place for me. And that place is Faith City Ministry. The first week that I was in there, kind of stayed to myself. Second week, kind of stayed to myself, but I was still going to classes and stuff. But that night, because it's been so long that I had fell on my knees. That night, I fell on my knees and I told God, I surrendered all, my all and all to Him. He said that I can love Him. He can love me. And as I began to be in the Faith City Ministry and for the Hope for the Women's program, I'm learning more about God. I'm getting closer to God and all the favors that God is putting in my life, all the friends that I have now, and all the people that God is touching out there to make it possible where we can say there's hope for us.